Former President Goodluck Jonathan has just reportedly dropped the bombshell revelation about banditry and Boko Haram in Nigeria, exposing what many never believed, exposing what many still believe to be suppressed truths. He claimed that behind the facades of endless violence, there are secret sympathizers within government circles. Of course, there are secret sympathizers within government circle. This man just exposed everything, exposed the wrath in our security agencies, the security network, security architecture, exposing the insiders, everything happening. He just wants everyone to know what is actually happening in Nigeria, that it is not ordinary. He claimed that behind all these things happening, we still have secret sympathizers within the government circle, and they know. They know. So this revelation of Jonathan about the insurgency have often been manipulated and used as a political tool to destabilize regions, marginalize dissenting voices, and enrich some power brokers. Some people are using it to cash out, making money, subjecting Nigeria to chaos. They don't care. So he urged that while the suffering of the masses is visible, the schemes that fuel insecurity are deliberately concealed from public view. Jonathan says those orchestrating the violence benefit from the chaos. Yes. They benefit from the chaos. Yes. And are afraid that exposing them would bring down entire networks of complicity. He invoked how leadership often negotiates with banditry elements while ignoring peaceful agitators like Mazen Namdekan and rest of them. Just imagine that. In his words, the line between terror and politics is blurred in Nigeria because some in power feed from both sides. This is what Jonathan said, and that is apparently truth, pure truth. These allegations have ignited public fury over selected justice, inconsistent security policies, and impunity. Many Nigerians are wondering if a former president is speaking this way, how much deeper does the rot run? If former presidents could speak like this, that means it is so deep, it is deeply rooted in the system. They also raised questions about past deals, secret agreements, and uninvestigated fund flows about this banditry. The money they disburse to coping this banditry, they don't investigate it, how it goes, how those arms are being run, and how this banditry, Boko Haram, how they get all this ammunition, all those trucks they use. Does it mean that our boundaries are porous, that they don't know how those things are being imported in Nigeria, or people behind it? This is a secret. Many people are asking. Why? This allegation is not a child's play. It is a very serious business, very serious secrets in Nigeria run by some leaders you respect, some gladiators, some political godfathers. They run this business called banditry and Boko Haram in Nigeria. Timing of this revelation is explosive, coming at a moment when public trust in government agencies is eroding. Supporters of Goodluck view it as a wake-up call. Critics dismiss it as a political posturing, regardless of what intention. They are now politicizing it again because they think that Goodluck Jonathan is coming to run presidential election 2027, that is using this to paint APC dark. But that is not the truth. People should support the truth and work towards ending the insurgencies, the unrest in the country. Everything shouldn't be about politics. Though Goodluck have never even made his intention of running anything in Nigeria again. People are just carrying it as a rumor. Yes. The question now is, will Nigeria listen, or will those truths be buried again, because they are good at burying the truths? The shadows Jonathan is exposing may finally lead the path of accountability or deepen the crisis of credibility in Nigeria. So we are going into the details now to show you what he actually said and all the things surrounding it. That is what we are going to tell you now, because there is a secret here in this country, and some people don't care. Even the current president is not listening to that to do the needful, because he may think it may affect his chances of becoming the next president again. He wants just to be there, dance on any style, so that he will not step on toes. He will not expose some secrets, so that because some arrests will be made. These are secrets. Of course, I've shown you on this video how some West African presidents, Ibrahim Traore and others, Burkina Faso president, Mali president, and the rest of Niger presidents, how they said they want to expose those sponsoring insurgencies, Boko Haram and banditry in Nigeria, and they are politicians. So we are still waiting for them to expose those names and see what will happen. Jonathan is telling the truth. Everything in Nigeria has been politicized. Everything is now politics. They feed from the flesh of common people, ordinary citizens. So we are going into the details now to show you what this man said. If you have never subscribed, please kindly subscribe this button now. Click on the subscribe button right now. Former President Goodluck Jonathan has said that the Boko Haram insurgency remains one of the most complex and enduring security challenges in Nigerian history, warning that military action alone cannot end the crisis. Jonathan stated that on Thursday, October 2nd, in Abuja, at the public presentation of scares, Nigeria's journey and the Boko Haram conundrum, anchored by former Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Irabo, retired. He said that unlike previous crises in Nigeria, such as the Niger Delta militancy and ethno-religious violence, the Boko Haram insurgency carried deeper scares because of its external connections, extremist ideology, and advanced weaponry. Boko Haram is more complex than what many imagine. At some point, their fighters had more ammunition than our soldiers. Imagine, where do they get those ammunition? Who sponsors those ammunition? Where do they get it? Who are those people selling it to them? Which seaport do they offload those things from? Where do they clear those things? Does it mean that customs and other security agencies are not seeing those things? There are more to this. Sure, there are more to this. So it clearly shows that external groups were deeply involved. This is what Jonathan said. External groups are deeply involved, and political gladiators, actors, they are behind them. The former president noted that the abduction of the Chibok schoolgirls in 2014 remained one of the most painful scares of his administration, stressing that no form of cosmetic remedy could erase it from the nation's collective memory. He recalled his personal engagement with Niger Delta militants as vice president, saying that his decision to personally visit their camps without armed escorts was born out of the conviction that dialogue must complement military action. In the Niger Delta, I met the militants in their camps. We succeeded in restoring peace, and not only because of military action, but because we engaged them, listened to them, and created opportunities for their communities. That approach worked perfect, he said, and this is because he understands the situation and really knows that engaging them would solve some certain things at a certain level. But right now, it is not the same, because this one is purely business. Most of them are working towards it and seeing it as a business, and they are cashing out towards it in a very great form. So this is what is actually happening, and he's trying to expose things so that these people will understand the length of the roots in this very system. Many people are cashing out through this banditry and Boko Haram. This is what he's just trying to tell Nigerians. And they are seeing everything as a politics. They are politicizing everything. Whenever you stand up or whenever you say some things, they may see it that you are just supporting the opposition. You are on the opposition. That just trying to what paint their government black. That you are just trying to discredit their what actions. That is not done. Criticism is part of democracy. When you are not doing well, people must tell you that you are not doing well, and you must admit that you are not doing well. Then you find a way to create more what enabling environment to tackle the problem you have been faced. But they don't care. The reverse is the case here. Everything is about opposition. They see everything truth about everything is opposition. That is not done. In a sane society, when people criticize you, you check very, very well where they are pointing. What is actually happening in Nigeria? Insecurity now is everywhere. Killings everywhere. Kidnapping, banditry. No road is now free. People are afraid of traveling now. No security checks. Arms, guns everywhere. That is very shameful. Very, very shameful. So, if you have never subscribed to this very channel, please kindly subscribe for more updates on this. Kindly subscribe. We have a lot of things, updates to show you and tell you what is actually happening in this very country. All the verified news, every news that drops, you get it immediately. Thank you so much. I have a lovely day ahead.